Hi, welcome back to the Jac and Glen channel. I'm Jackie.
And I'm her husband, Glenn.
He's my husband, Glenn.
Hey, before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews. Today, Married at First Sight, and we only got another wedding.
Yeah.
And another one. And another one.
Yep.
Yeah, they need to do more than that.
I don't know. They just keep stringing it along. But anyway, so we start with Jasmina and Michael. And you know, they're getting ready. You know, she's excited and ready because she says she's had the worst luck. And, you know, with choosing relationships herself. So, you know, she hopes she gets somebody that's done with the games. She wants to show her sisters that it can work. Because obviously, her mom, which is really her stepmom, and her stepdad are working out now, but they're products of divorce, and you know, so she wants to show her sisters that that could be a good relationship. Okay, and for him, his thing is, I'm willing to take a risk for life in a relationship. We heard before, you know, his dad passed away, his mom passed away. His dad passed from prostate cancer, his mom passed from breast cancer, and so he says, I'm the last of my name. And we can relate to that.
Yeah, I can relate. Look, I can relate to that. She needed to have a son. Some way, somehow, hey, a little boy needed to pop out of that.
Thank God he came second.
He came second. Cause we're gonna have another again. We're gonna have another one, and another one, and maybe another one.
No.
But I got my son, so we good. I understand about carrying on the last name, so we good. We good.
So his thing is, you know, he's got to stop overthinking. We meet his friend Ye. I don't think we met him before,
No.
And Travis. So again, as they're going preparing for the wedding, you know, they talk about their expectations. You know, she expects to, you know, keep each other happy, and you know, they want the same thing, you know, that they'll be serious and communicate and be understanding. The sisters are basically handing their baby brother off, is what they're doing. And so they're preparing. They've always been close with him, so it's like the family is really handing him off to whoever.
That's what I want to say. They're real close knit. They're real tight. And unlike my man Zach last year, his family on the last season, his family was passing him off. You know. Michael and his sister are real close, and so they want to make sure that their brother gets taken care of, and he looks out for her. And you know, he's ready though. I mean, he seems like he's ready. Yeah.
The one thing, the really little emotional part, and I'm not little to minimize, I'm saying, you know, that they showed, his brother was like, how do you think it would be different if mom was here? And you know, Michael got kind of like teary, his sisters got teary. And his brother says, well, you know, I know you got her comfort spiritually, but I want you to know, Michael said it feels like she's there validating. And so his brother's like, yeah, and she's going to really be here with you because we have a semblance. And they all got breast cancer ribbon pins. And yeah, Michael got choked up. The whole room got choked up. I understand, you know. So that was cute.
Yeah, I mean, you got to realize that when you're...
And sweet.
When your sibling gone, your parents gone, or your siblings gone, or somebody that you were real close to gone, and you have those big moments, whether it's weddings or whether it's the birth of a child, you want that person to be there. You want to be able to see the fruits of the labor, fruits of their labor, because they help you grow up. They raised you right, and now you want them to enjoy the moment. And when that person's not there, it does take a toll on you. It does affect you, and so. You know, I'm glad they brought that out, because you can see the softer side of Michael, because you know, as they was doing the special, they always want to say that the seriousness, the hardness side of that he has, but you can see the softness that is there as well.
Yeah. And so then we go back to Jasmina, I almost said Katina. Jasmina, and man, she is some kind of nervous. Her stomach is in knots. She's got a knot in her throat. She said, I think I'm feeling every emotion at once. She said, you know, I was good up until this moment. I'm just a mess. And so her mom, Kimberly, comes in, and we know Kimberly was a little reluctant, but she really talked her down, you know, and tried to encourage her, you know, you're in this process, you know, you're hoping for a good person, you'll be fine, and you know, it's time to go. you know, this is your chance to, you know, do something different and be in a relationship like you haven't been in before. You're going to be fine.
I mean, she had to. I mean, I know she was reluctant at first, but I mean, her daughter's all the way in this now. She's as they say, 10 toes down. She's 10 toes down, so there's no backing out here at this point. You're going in, you know, hey, ride through it. Calm them up. This is what you want to do. Hey, support her, let her move on.
Yeah, her mom let her know you got this. And so her whole thing is, you know, she hopes, I hope I'm not disappointed. Not so much in his looks, but what I get. I hope I'm not disappointed, you know, personality-wise, you know, or her expectation. So anyway, so we get to the point where they're, you know, coming into the wedding, and Michael walks in, and, you know, his family's like, okay, you know, there he is, and so
you saw the reaction of her bridesmaids. They were like, okay, you can see
right.
everybody nodding their head. Everybody was like, okay, yeah, he's a good looker. It's something like she may like him.
And so then we see Jasmina walk in with her mom, Kimberly, and as soon as he sees her, he says, wow.
Hey, you knew.
Wow.
Hey, bro was happy. He liked what he look. You want to hear that? It could have been the other way. It could have been like Chris. When we know when the old girl walked down the aisle, he was like, oh, you know, keep it clean here, keep it clean.
Yeah,
but
Chris was terrible.
Chris was terrible. But again, he had a good reaction to see her walk down the aisle.
Yeah, and when she got to the altar, he was like, wow, again. He just couldn't stop. Like, his mouth was open, like
they did a good job. They get at least for right now, right? We're not going into anything else. At least the experts got what he wanted as far as looks.
Yeah.
Because sometimes they get it wrong. Sometimes they get it wrong. And then some people just can't feel attracted to them.
Yeah. So the family and friends share, you know, they have their letter about the each one. And so the funny part is when she gets to the altar, she looks at him and she's like, you come here often? Ha ha. You know, little jokey joke. But they share that Jasmina loves children. She can hardly wait to have her own. She loves to travel. She would love to go to South Korea to see BTS. And he was like, what? You want to see BTS? She could be a firecracker, but you know, you can handle her. Michael's family and friends say he's a baby boy of a Haitian family. He's spoiled by his sisters. He like, for real, why y'all do me like that? That he loves kids and can't wait to have his own. He's lived alone for a while, so he may be kind of messy, but he's a fast learner. And he means well, and he'll always show up for you. And she was like, okay, all right, I like that.
Yeah, she was good into him. And one thing to note, they both want kids. They both like kids. They both love kids. So I'm not saying it's going to be honeymoon babies, but again, they was both like kids.
All right. Vows, I thought it was cute. She said, I knew from the first time I saw you that you were the one. She got jokes. Later on, his friend Ye is like, when you walked in and when you brought it, I was like, yeah, she the one. But she said, I can't promise that I won't eat off your plate, hog the covers, take up space to bed, squeeze the toothpaste from the bottom. But I will promise that you'll feel wanted, heard, and valued. I'll remember you're human and we're in this together.
Yeah, most women can't promise that because there are a lot of women who eat off their husband's plates. Yes, there is.
So what his thing is, since he was young, he wanted to be married. It's a very unique journey, and they'll face battles that only the two of them will be able to get through and know about. You know, he promised to be vulnerable and humble, learn all the aspects. Well, she says, learn all the aspects. He hopes she'll learn all the aspects of him and accept him as he will accept her. It's no coincidence that we're in this place. You know, I'm going to do everything in my power to find out where we will match.
Now, I'm going to ask you, because we talk about this all the time. Do we take these vows with a grain of salt, or do you think people mean them?
I think they mean them in that moment. You know, my thing is always, I'm not going to make no promises. My thing would be is, I'm going to try to do my best. Let God do the rest and don't stress no stuff. You know what I'm saying? But my vows would be, I'm going to try my best to be. I can say I'm going to be this kind of person, but I'm saying I'm going to try my best to take you as you are. But you know what I'm saying? Without knowing who you are up front right now, I'm going to say I'm going to try my best.
Because someone put some lofty goals in these vows.
Absolutely.
Right? That they don't reach, don't even try to reach, can't obtain. Ain't grabbing nobody's brass ring. They're not doing it at all. It sounds good on TV. It sounds good, but they don't live up to them.
Yeah.
That's my thing, though. My thing is, if you're going to take a vow, do your best to uphold that vow. Let your yay be yay and your nay be nay.
Yeah.
And let it be what it is. And so, you know, and I would, if I was on the show, I would be pointing back. Remember, you said this in your vow. Mm-hmm. You said this. Not a bad.
See, and that's the thing. Like, be careful what you say, because the person can come back and be like, but you said this, you said that. So anyway, they kissed. The one thing I noticed was that, unlike a lot of people, he wasn't like, is it okay if I kiss you? He was like, I'm getting ready to kiss her. She's pretty.
He went on in.
I'm getting ready to kiss her. He went on in, and it was like, okay. And she was like, oh, you know, she took it, you know what I'm saying? I like they did. Again, we talked about the fact that, you know, some traditional things interjected in the weddings over the past years. And so they did jump the broom. The one thing I saw that was different is they had them sweep, okay? And it means, you know, you're going to have a clean sweep, you know, a clean slate, to wipe away the past, and this is a new start. And then you jump over the broom, which was cute.
It was cute.
He was like, when we walk out, we got to strut. Okay, I don't know what you're getting ready to do, but I'm getting ready to strut. In my burgundy tux.
He was like, he's feeling her, she's feeling him.
He's feeling himself too.
He's feeling.
I'm not mad. No, I'm saying I'm not mad. You should feel yourself on your wedding.
I'm about to say, you should feel yourself on your wedding day.
Or a special occasion when you get like really duty up.
Because you felt yourself on your wedding day. I saw how you walked down the aisle. And I was crying.
What are you talking about? When I walked down the aisle, I was a mess.
Between my tears, I was crying.
I was a mess. My daddy walked me in, and I was about in tears because my daddy had me crying back, and I was like, I'm getting ready to get married, oh my gosh. And we got 3 preachers. This is ridiculous. No, stop.
We did have 3 preachers, dog. We had 3 preachers. That's a whole other story. That's a podcast in itself why we had 3 preachers. But anyway.
Only one of them signed a marriage license.
Yeah.
But anyway, so they talk afterwards. You know, she talks about how she was nervous before, but she's good now. She says she's Gucci. He says that she's beautiful like a black Barbie. He is just enamored with her, okay? Which I expected her to be, because she's beautiful.
She is.
And just a side note, I like the fact that they're both island families.
Island roots.
He's Haitian, she's Jamaican. I love it.
Food gonna be flowing.
Yeah. So they make a toast to new beginnings, to being open and honest. He said, he's so silly. He said this conversation, I was guessing your name was Melissa and I had nicknamed you Mimi, and then you come in and your name is Jasmina. That's kind of close. And she's like,
Not at all, bro. Bro, you reaching. So, I like the fact that she just is like, oh yeah, it is. Nah, you're reaching. So which lets me know that she's gonna have a voice. She's not gonna just sit back there and let things just fly. She knows her worth. She knows her value. And she's going to go ahead and let him, if it's right, she can tell him. If it's wrong, she can tell him.
Yeah, and so they have a little conversation about when you get up in the morning, what do you do? She says, I get up at 6, but I don't go to bed till 2 because I'm up watching, Korean stuff, foreign stuff. He says, I'm like a grandpa. I go to bed early. And she was like, oh, I go to bed. I just don't go to sleep.
Yeah, I don't know what's her infatuation. I got to find out. What's her infatuation with the whole Korean culture?
I don't know.
I didn't know where they came from.
Yeah, he said he doesn't really watch TV. And she was like, you don't go to the movies? You don't like Marvel? Which he didn't really answer, but he looked like...
Hey, in this day and age...
You gotta like Marvel.
That's a deal breaker.
You gotta like Marvel.
You have to. Marvel's where it's at.
You gotta like Marvel. But anyway...
you gotta have a nerd in your life.
Then we see them go to the reception. And like I said, that's when his friend Ye was very, very touchy-feely. Like, he fell all on Michael.
No, you know why? Because I think Ye is a true friend. And this is what...
Ye is funny.
Ye is a true friend because Ye wants to see Michael happy. Ye is appreciative and an accepting process of what Michael's going through. And he wants the best for Michael. So when you got a friend like that who's in your corner, that's ride or die, making sure you look out, he's going to be happy for you in that situation. And that's what Ye is. Ye is that dude. You know what? If Michael called him 4 o'clock in the morning and be like, yo, I need this, and that. Ye like, I am up, I'm there.
Yeah, that's what we're getting from him.
That's what I'm getting from him.
Yes.
You know, that's what I'm feeling. So Ye is there for Michael.
As they're going into the reception, the last thing I want to share with them is, it's kind of louder there. And so Michael's like, oh man, it's probably my family, probably loud. And she was like, no, my family's loud too. So it's like a tie. It could be either one of our families. So, but they were like, it sounds like they're having a good time. They're happy that it sounds like, the families are kind of getting along, kind of meshing well.
Yeah, they're mixing with each other.
He says there's a physical chemistry there. He's like, again, she's beautiful. She's not a stranger anymore. I can call her by her name. Even though I don't know her, she's not a stranger because I've met her. And she said, you know, there's a little spark there. You know, one thing I noticed, she never said he was handsome. I'm not saying that she don't feel this way, but she never said he's handsome. Oh, look at my husband. And she wasn't. She said it was a little spark. She didn't seem like, oh, like just a little spark. She was like, it's a little spark.
I mean, she ain't jump all in. I think time will tell. I think it will go to that. I think she does like him and she does appreciate him. So we'll see how that flows.
Mm-hmm. We take a flashback real quick to Lindsay and Mark. Now they take family pictures. They get into the conversation about moms. Is your mom here? Is that your mom? No, that's my landlord. And she was like, it's good that you have people that can step in and take place. And okay, so there's a story with your mom. This should be interesting. Got something with mine too. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah, but her dad is the funniest.
Yeah.
He told her. He said, "Dog, you
about to wrestle a crocodile.
You about to wrestle a crocodile.
Have you ever?
Have you ever wrestled a crocodile? Nah, you're about to.
You about to now.
That means she rough, bro. Don't grab her by the tail. She might bite you. She may still bite you.
All right. So next we see Katina and Olajuwon. She's going to pick out her dress. You know, she said, I'm ready for someone that's ready to be committed. He talks about how he's got a little bit of jitters. You know, if they talk, him and his groomsmen or who helping him pick out his suit. She's like, you know, he said I'm gonna be upfront and honest with her. I'm gonna be real. If she asks me anything, you know, I'm gonna tell her. You know, they remind him, hey, no more Isaac. He said, yeah, I'm ready to put away my selfish ways. And I
thought was good because I mentioned that on the video, and we did a video on, you know, the red flags of Olajuwon. Check that out. But we talked about Isaac a lot. Mm-hmm. And we saw Isaac come out at the bachelor party, right? If that was Isaac last time, that's cool. It's to me, he grew on me in this episode because he's saying all the right things. He's saying all the right things. Now, we know saying and doing is two different things.
Yeah.
But right now, Olajuwon is saying all the right things about, you can see the emotion and the passion that he has about this marriage. He wanted to work. He wants to do it right. I think some of his views are too dated, per se, but he wants to do it the right way. So I can hear what he's saying.
Mm-hmm. His sister-in-law is there with him while he's picking out his tuxedo, and she was like, you know, I hope she'll understand that you're a lot, but you are tameable. And he was like, yeah. Everybody agreed he is tameable.
High energy personified.
Yeah. Her family and friends asked, you know, his family and friends, like, they're talking, it's like, do you think he's got high expectations? And they're like, yeah, his expectations are too high. You know, he might need to bring that down.
Just a little bit.
You know, and do you think, you know, he'll like his wife, you know, to work they think he'll like his wife to work a lot of hours, like he says, even though he says he wants to have a meal on the table. It's like, you know, I think that's a bit much to be expecting. But he will expect from her the same thing that he gives, you know, to put in everything at work and, you know, just be an all-in type of person.
Yeah, I mean, he's all in. We find out, you know, he's self-sustaining. I think when they actually meet, I had to jump forward just to go validate your point. When he meets Katina, he tells her, "Look, I have everything except for a wife. Mm-hmm. I got everything I need. I mean, basically, he was saying, I got the finances, I got the house, I got this. All I needed was you to come and compliment me, and for us to match together. So he has his stuff in order. So I mean, to me, he got his stuff in order.
My other little funny thing with Olajuwon is, you know, he comes out in his white tux, and they were like, you think it's going to take your wife's breath away when she sees you? He was like, shoot, I took my own breath away. So I'm sure.
Dog, yo.
I laughed. I was like, okay.
But you know what? You can't knock a person for their confidence.
I mean, obviously, I didn't expect anything else from him. What did you expect?
He has, look.
Anybody that's a playboy, I hate to say it like this. People that are playboys, they actually kind of full of themselves. They know they look good. Can't tell them nothing different.
Michael Jackson said the man in the mirror. You got to like the man in the mirror. Yeah. You have to like, if you don't like you, how you expect me to like you?
Right.
If you don't love you, how do you expect me, you to love me? So, you know what I'm saying? You have to like the man in the mirror. You know, Dion said, you look good, you play good. So what? He looks good, so he feel good.
Yeah, he says it's time to fall in love. I don't have any doubt that I'm doing the right thing. So let's go to their wedding real quick. So they wake up the next morning. She's excited and nervous. Her friend Sabrina said, I did call you just because I want you to think about the pros and the cons about, you know, what you're going into.
Yeah.
I just wanted to bring that to you. She says she feels like it's part of her destiny. Dating has been so hard. Let me just put my trust in the experts. Because obviously I'm not picking right.
Yeah.
Olajuwon, he was like, I'm cold, but I'm sweating at the same time. He is a ball of nerves. You know, he talks about Isaac being in his past, and, you know, I just hope she feels that I'm genuine. And, you know, then at one point, Olajuwon is just like all overwhelmed. He is crying.
Can't contain himself.
Yeah, his friend and his sister, Rosia, and Sean, they like, oh, look at him, he breaking down. And so his friend just says, look, dude, this is a big thing. I'd be scared if you weren't nervous. It's normal to be nervous. It's okay. You know.
Emotions got the best of him. I mean, this dude he wants it to work. And I you know, everybody kind of compared him to Woody. Remember, Woody wanted it to work.
Yeah.
Woody was the playboy, the very charismatic and all that. And you see that in Olajuwon a little bit, and he really wants this thing to work. He's tired. I think he's tired of the runaround, the this girl, that girl. He wants this thing to work, and in his mind right now, he's going to be able to put in the work.
His friend just reassures him that whatever happens, we got you. You're gonna be good. We see Katina's mom, Beverly, talking to her, and she said, you know, her concern is that he's gonna be head over heels, but Katina will be like, She was like, I just want you to realize there's no perfect person.
Well,
look at his personality, take his character, and hope that'll overrule any deficiencies that you see.
Boy, was she right. Because he was head over heels, and at one point they showed clips after they got married, and he just talking and talking and talking, and Katina's just sitting there like.
We'll get to that too, though, because I mean he was, you know, when he walks in, her side of the wedding was like, woo, okay,
yeah,
and so he talks again. His biggest fear is, what if she's not happy when she sees him? You know, what if she knows something from his past? What if she can't accept me, whatever? And so, you know, to kind of beat the nerves off, he's at the altar like, where is she? Where is she? Where's she at? You know.
Basically, like, bring her out, bring her out.
And so, when Katina walks in, he's like, whoa. And he's all smiles.
Yeah.
And as she's walking in, he's like, man, you're beautiful. She's beautiful. They introduced themselves to each other.
Yep.
You know, he compliments her tattoos. And she was like, you got tattoos? He was like, boy, do I? He's like, I got it up on my neck. Like, I got everywhere.
Ribs, my
you
hips.
know,
I'm all over. I'm all tatted.
We tatted up over here. I know we matching already.
You're like, we tatted
anyway,
over here.
You know, he's like, I can't stop looking at you. She was like, you're handsome. Yeah, I like your suit. Or is it tux? Whatever. You know, I like it.
Yeah.
And so the family and friends talk about him, and we find out something. Okay, so we know about Olajuwon. Then we know about his alter ego, Isaac. But then we find out his family calls him Tootie.
Tootie. Not Tootie 1, but Tootie. Alright?
His family calls him Tootie. And he's a ball of energy. So you got to come with a lot of patience. He absolutely loves his family and a home-cooked meal, so I hope you're not a stranger to the kitchen. And she's like,
Her family laughed.
Yeah, they was like,
ooh, dog.
And they were like, well, hope you're a quick learner. If you're not, she was like, he says, we'll do it together. We get do it together.
Which his tone changed. I'm sitting here like, dude, you just.
Because he saw how pretty she was, and he was like, she ain't gotta cook. In his head, he was like, she ain't gotta cook. I eat off the floor.
Park it right there, because that bruh went from that being a deal breaker to, he went from that being a deal breaker to, oh, we'll do it together. Man, you a bunch of crap. All that stuff you was spitting out beforehand, now you know this girl can't boil water, and you got a problem.
They didn't say she could boil water. She was just like,
She ain't cooking. Well, she ain't cooking on a regular basis.
Right.
All because of her looks. He was like, what did he expect he was getting?
His family and friends says he's worked hard for what he has. We hope you don't judge him before you have an opportunity to understand him. So get to know him is basically what they said. Her family and friends says she's a social butterfly with a heart of gold. She's been saying she want to get married for the past 5 years, and so here she is. She enjoys a night out, meeting new people just as much as she enjoys a night in with her family and friends. She's opinionated, but she's blunt. at times, but she's working on it. She was like, and like all the audience is like, you know, the friends are like, yeah.
But Elijah was like, don't worry about it. I'm good. He was basically, he said
he was like, you good?
You good.
I get it.
I get it, and that's what I need.
I can work with that. I can work with that.
He needs someone who's blunt like that, though. He needs someone to be, again, as the sister said, someone who tames him, kind of reel him in. Okay, you give it to me, I'm going to give it to you, but we're going to do it respectfully, and we have the rules to this game. You know, rules of engagement.
So, in their vows, okay, so she says, you are my answered prayer, you know, I want to get comfortable, you know, because I'm comfortable because you're willing to take a chance on love. You know, she says, I'm going to listen, be patient. I want honor, understanding, honor, and respect. You know, all that. He says, I'm filled with joy today. He said, first of all, I want to hold your hands. I ain't going to hold the paper. I'm trying to do it from memory because I don't want to get the paper getting away. Because he want to hold the hands of this beautiful woman.
No, he wants to hold her hand. He touchy-feely. I'm not mad at him.
Yeah. So, you know, I want to protect you. I'm going to keep the spark by making you happy. You know, if I had to go back 10 years of dating through all that trial and failure to be the best version of myself for you today, I would do it all over again. I can't wait to get old with you and make lifetime of memories. God brought us to it. He'll get us through it. And like my family says, and the whole family says, amen.
Amen.
I was like, okay. They knew. All cute. Okay. He asked, can I kiss you? I like that.
And she thought about it.
She said, yes.
Yes.
Well, he asked before the officiant got to that point. And he was, you know, it's like, yeah, we married. The officiant's like, not yet.
Not yet.
But she says, yeah, you can. And so, you know, they kissed. He was like, he thinks she's gorgeous. He asked, do you like, were they talking afterwards? After they walk out, do you like a guy that expresses his emotions? She was like, yeah, I can handle it. And then it's a pause, kind of like an awkward silence. They drink the little champagne. He actually guzzles it. Maybe I shouldn't have did that.
Yeah, but you can tell he's nervous. The nerves are really there. He doesn't.
Because he just talk. And she's like, whew.
Let me take a breath.
He is very high energy. It's a little overwhelming. Strong personality. But I'm going to get through it, okay?
Yeah, he can get through. You remind me of one of my friends, but I'll tell you that in a minute. But he's a lot of energy, and the constantly talking. So it's good though. I think right now, I think from what I've seen up to this point, right, I think they may work.
Yeah, so far.
So far, I think they can work. Now, we all know the marriages look okay, but sometimes you can tell based off the reception and the marriage if it's going to work out or not. Right now, I think this is going to work.
All right, so that's it for Katina and Olajuwon. Let's go to Noy and Steve. Because we'll leave the other one for last. Because we don't actually get to their weddings.
No, it ain't much to talk about them anyway because she's a trip.
Oh, yeah. So, Noy and Steve, they go to pick out their dress in tux. Noy comes in. She don't really know what she wants. She's like, maybe I like this, maybe like that. Maybe like, in contrast, real quick, to Alyssa. Alyssa very picky about her stuff. But like I said, we'll get to that. So, you know, she says she has Noy says, I have a feeling I'll know what I want when I see it, when I put it on. You know, she's been ready for love and marriage since she was young. She says, I'm a hopeless romantic.
Yes. Her
parents give her hope, the marriage that they have. She says several times, this is the kind of marriage that I want. You know, kind of want a pattern after. Steve talks about, you know, being very adventurous, and he hopes his wife can handle that, you know, as he's looking for a tux.
He doesn't even have a clue. She's adventurous.
Yeah.
She is.
What's her alter ego? Noisy.
Noisy, yeah. When he means noisy. One thing about her as well, she talks about her humble beginnings. When she's at, you know, picking out her dress, how her family, she was in a refugee camp. You know, basically, in Laos, that they was in a refugee camp. And she had never imagined or dreamed that she would be in this place picking out these high-priced wedding dresses, and which is a humbling experience for her, and she really was appreciative that, you know, that she's at this point in her life. So.
Which I was going to say that about her. So thank you. No, that was next.
Great minds think alike.
But her friends hope that, you know, the guy she gets matched with is a good father. You know, it's interesting. The only thing they know about him is that he's willing to do this, and so it got, you know, that shows he's courageous. You know, and they understand that in marriage, you know, giving your heart away is sacred. And his brother says, you know, if you walk down the aisle and as he's picking out his suit, you know, she sees you in that, because he gets a blue tux. When you what he's like, am I gonna be good when I walk down the aisle? His brother's like, yeah. If you walk down the aisle, she see you, you're gonna be good to go. You look good, bro. And so we see them getting ready for their wedding. The day of, we meet Noy's mom. I don't know how you say her name, but it's Niou.
I'm not trying.
I don't know, but she was so cute. She's excited for her and loving on her, and she, you know, she got a little teary. Noy's like, I'm excited. I got, again, another one, knots in her stomach, but I'm ready though. And you know, her mom's like, I'm excited. I can't believe it. Oh my goodness. His family and friends are like, you know, how'd you sleep? He was like, you know, I slept, but I woke up a little bit early. You know, I'm excited. But I'm all right. It's, you know, I'm all right now. You know, I'm good to go. His thing is, you know, I'm ready for this. You know, I've looked all over for love. I've even, when I've traveled out of state, trying to find somebody, haven't found anybody. So, you know, this is my chance. His grandparents were in an arranged marriage. His uncle in an arranged marriage.
It worked for them.
So he know how it worked for them. So he's hopeful that it'll work for him. The thought of the possibility excites him. They asked Noy, you know, did you ask for looks or whatever? She was like, no, I asked for specific qualities, you know, to be caring and he like this and like that. I didn't really get into his looks, but I'm hopeful that he'll be tall, dark, and handsome. I think she's going to be happy with what she sees.
Yeah.
I think he'll be happy too.
This question, is it the appearance that makes the difference for you, or like Noy, is it the qualities? The quality of what she wants, the characteristics. Because a lot of people have appearance, and it's a lot of people want qualities. I know I wasn't your appearance. I was 6'3", 200 and... I wasn't that linebacker, the NFL player. I'm 5'9". But I got the qualities that you want and characteristics.
But see, this is the thing.
And I think that's because, look, I mean, and I say that because of what she said, because she wasn't too concerned about looks. Now, then you had some people who put...
Wait, I'm not going to let you... We're not going to speed past that. Because I want to add this, okay? See? No, you're not 6 feet plus. Big old NFL build. But look at this face and that dimple. I love this face. So it wasn't like I didn't want no big, tall, ugly man. So let me put that in there. I'm short, and my husband is short for a man to me. I like 6 feet.
I'm 5'9".
6 feet, but to me that's short for a man. I don't know why short women like tall men, but I like a tall man. And I wanted somebody to play football. I didn't actually get a football player until I was in high school. One guy I dated was a football player, but he played football. I was like, see, there you go. I always wanted a football player, like the football pants, how they fit. Okay, but anyway.
I was 5'9" linebacker. Don't.
I like it. And I've seen pictures and videos of him in his uniform, and I might would have liked you when we was at high school together, but you was a little bit too nice. But anyway, we off topic.
I mean, off topic, but again, I go back to what the show, because you have people who want the looks and not necessarily all the qualities. And we got you have some people who pick, you have the expert who pick based off of looks and not qualities, but she didn't care about the looks, she really wanted the qualities. Mm-hmm. And so I think when she meets...
I got quality.
You do. And I think when she meets Steve, she's going to have a whole bunch of quality. I'm not messing with that right now. I think when she meets Steve, Steve's going to have everything that she's looking for, the looks and the quality.
Yes. Her mom says that, you know, you got to remember that, you know, it's, you know, you want something special. Don't get caught up in whether he's handsome. You know, take the personality. Remember, no one is perfect. Mm-hmm. So don't expect perfect. Yeah, Mom, but, you know, just feel them out.
Mom gave her great advice.
Oh, yeah. And later on, her dad does, too. It's like, you know, be patient, be honest, you know. But anyway, so for Steve, they asked, you know, what's your worst case scenario? He said, first thing was worst case scenario is not being able to get my hair cut. But thank you for coming in on your day off. A big old plug for the barbershop, because they zoomed in on the cape. Yeah. Later on, they zoomed in on the ring, the jeweler in the box, the name of the jeweler in the box.
Ain't mad, dog.
But he says his worst case scenario is them seeing each other and she's not attracted to him. So, you know, I know we'll need to find a common ground besides the physical. But like I said, I don't think that's going to be a problem.
No.
You know, he say, I'm the last one in my family to get married. So, you know, I'm ready to do it. As we go back to Noisy, her friend Supri is like, okay, when do you think he's gonna find out about Noisy? She was like, I ain't gonna go there, but he'll find out about Noisy on the dance floor.
Yeah.
And hopefully he can handle it. And they have a whole conversation about Noisy, and her friend was like, let me stop, this is getting awkward, like we talking about you in the third person.
The Rock does it.
So that was cute. Then as she's getting closer, you know, she's all dressed and everything, got her makeup on. We find out, I don't think they said this before. I was wondering who the pink-haired person was, but it's her sister Fawn.
Yes.
So her sister Fawn and her friend are there talking, and you know, she was like, they said, you know, when y'all talk, you know, what you think you would talk about? And, you know, she said, when I talk to him, I think I'll just take a minute and thank him, you know, for being brave enough to do this experiment. She got all choked up about that too, and they were like, oh my gosh, that is so sweet. And again, Steve says he wants somebody that's loving, caring, thoughtful, and adventurous, someone he can connect with. Again, she's still very nervous.
Yeah.
She keeps crying, but she's processing, got knots in her stomach. You know, she said, this is a chance that I'm taking. It's a risk. It's potentially, I could get my heart broken. You know, all of that is, you know, coming to a head with her. But she's doing okay. She ain't
trying to run.
No, she ain't losing it.
She ain't losing it. She ain't bailing. But I mean, it's good. I know they get married. I mean, we don't see them actually get married. And I'm sitting here thinking, it was enough time in this show for them to give us 3 weddings. I don't know about y'all. And I'm sorry, y'all. We know we're real, but I'm like, you only gave us 2, right? You could have gave us both of these weddings, and next week could be, you know, the reception and meet the families. But they dragging this thing along that we're gonna be 4 weeks in, almost a month in, and we ain't gone to the honeymoon yet.
I mean, that's what happened last time. It irritates me to no end. I think
all the filler. If you didn't watch the pre-show and all that other stuff, fine. I know they got to catch you up on who this person is, the background, the history. I could care less how what tux they buy. I could care less what dress they have. Really do. Just show them at the altar. They show them going into the tux. All right, we got one. All the commentary they show. That's too much. 15, 20 minutes worth of filler. Don't need it.
Yeah.
Don't need it. Y'all let us know what you think, because I thought it was too long.
Yeah. The last little bit of advice, we see Steve talk to his brothers. And he's got a brother, Mike. And I was like, oh, so he's got an adopted brother. So I'm thinking...
You don't know that man's adopted. She's adopted. We got another brother. We don't know if he's adopted. We just know he's a little bit darker than everybody else. I'm done.
His brother's black. I'm just saying, his daddy could be black. It's possible.
It's possible.
That's his stepbrother, and you know, just call it brother. I feel like he's adopted because the other 2 brothers look like Steve, and then they show him. I was like, oh, maybe they put the other brother's name under. No, because the other brother's name is Jeff. So, but anyway, he gives him some good advice. He said, just know you got to compromise when you go in a situation. But you're good at doing that, so I don't expect you to have a problem. And so, you know, Steve was like, all right, we ready? We ready to go? Let's go. So we get as far as... Why you keep looking at me? He's adopted. I'm going to say it until they tell me different.
Okay.
Or until I see his dad.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
So he walks in, and Noy's family is like, oh, wow, okay. Yeah. And her mom is like, oh, he's so handsome.
Yeah.
He is so handsome. And so then Noy's dad goes to get her. She was like, do you have any last minute advice? And he was like, look, take care of family, take care of your husband, and be patient. And so then she asked, when are we supposed to go in? What time? And the producer's like, oh, they're ready now. And she was like, ready now? She's like, I thought we had more time. And she kind of got like, oh, wait, no, I don't know. So that's the last thing we see. We see them get ready, walk in, but we don't see them get married.
No.
All right. So last but not least, what I feel like is going to be a train wreck.
Yeah, dog. She's the hot news. I'm going to tell you this, and y'all can... Alyssa should have been on last season. I think Alyssa and Ryan would have matched up real well. I think Alyssa and Ryan would have matched up well.
Yeah, especially for looks.
And because of what she likes, the country stuff, the country lifestyle,
That's
and all
true.
that. I think.
But that wasn't really a big issue for Brett and Ryan. He just didn't like redhead.
But she didn't really want to participate in none of the stuff that he liked.
Right.
So I think Alyssa would have been, and I know one's in Boston and one in Houston, but anyway.
They might need to do some cross city.
They might need
cross
some
city matches.
cross city matches, yeah.
But anyway, so Alyssa goes in to pick her gown. We find out that she's bought 10 dresses already, just in case when she goes to pick one, she doesn't like it. And this is a conversation me and my sister had. Okay, let's take Noy for example. Noy said it was surreal coming from the background she came from to be in this place picking these pretty and expensive gowns. Mm-hmm. And then we see Alyssa, she bought 10 gowns before she came in. Now, maybe they have different gauges of what's expensive or whatever, but I'm going to say the dresses are expensive. And I'm going to say if she bought 10 of them, I'm not saying she don't have no money. She bought 10 dresses. How expensive could those 10 dresses have been? I know she ain't spend no $5,000 on each on 10 dresses. So I was like, so you bought some cheap dresses? Well, I'm assuming cheaper than what's in this boutique.
I don't know. She might have paper, dog.
I'm not saying she ain't got no paper, but I can't see buying 10 dresses for maybe up to $5,000 or plus dollars.
She may have 50 to spend. My thing is,
She might have, but why would I do that? Why would I get 10 of them?
See?
And then go in here and try on 20?
My problem is this. Not even that she bought 10 dresses. My problem is ain't nobody dragging her through the mud. Or for saying it. Because if that was Mirla last season, that came in there and said, I already got my 10 dresses because I don't want y'all, or I don't like what y'all have, Mirla would have been drugged through the mud most of the season.
Oh, I'm going to drag Alyssa. Trust me.
Oh, but I'm just saying, nobody else.
Oh, yeah. Oh, she getting ready to get drugged. But, she talks about, I like a lot of lace. I like something close to the body. I want this. I don't necessarily call myself high maintenance, but obviously you will be picky with your wedding dress. I feel like she's picky, period. That's the vibe I'm getting. Mm-hmm. Anybody that goes into a place, like you're not even giving it a chance.
Yeah. You
already picked out stuff. So she goes through all these dresses. I don't like this, I don't like that. This to that. She says, I'm the type of person, I put out in the universe what I want. I expect it to come back to me, blah, blah. So, flip to Chris. His friend asking him, so is this a leap of faith or is this logic and it's like the best thing to do? And he's like, it's more the second one. It's a logic thing for me. I'm not a big destiny, faith, luck, fate type of person. Now, meanwhile, she talking about putting stuff in the universe. He talking about logical.
Total
opposite ends of the spectrum.
Total opposite.
Not saying one is right or wrong, but yeah. He was like, I believe in analytics and data. I don't like being alone. I've had a lot of relationships over the last 15 years. It didn't result in marriage. I feel like I want to better myself with another person. I want her to look down the aisle when she see me. I want her to say, "Oh, this guy's got his stuff together." Not he looks nice, but he looks like he's got it together.
Yeah, because look.
I don't think she's gonna do that.
I don't think she's gonna do it neither.
I don't think she's gonna do that. She wants her wedding to have a rustic country glam vibe. As she's trying on her dresses, she's got on some gold cowgirl boots.
That's what I'm telling you.
I'm hoping she does not wear that under her dress.
I'm not telling her what to wear underneath her dress. But I'm just saying she doesn't fit. As what we see, she does not fit with him. As we saw Elijah and Katina, they fit Jasmine and Michael. Even Mark and Lindsay. Right? Noy and Steve, you can see these two right here. They always do a couple that you be shaky about. They always do a couple that you shaky about. And I'm shaky about this couple right here.
For him picking out his tux, he says, I care less about color than I do the cut and the fit. his thing about getting matched is that, you know, I can only control myself if it's some things that she doesn't like about me. You know, I'm going to take that as a learning opportunity with things I can change. And, you know, his friend was like, look, you can't go in playing a game. You got to be real. And he was like, yeah, that's true. You know, I do have to do that. Then we flip to her. And she says, for me, physical appearance is important. I hope that when he sees me, he thinks I'm cute and I'm attracted to him. And, you know, she thinks she's going in with very realistic expectations. She said, you know, there's room to grow attraction. But I think there should be some initially.
I hope she has a little bit, because there's going to be, in her eyes, going to be a lot to grow. Because I'm going to skip to the editing piece. If you watch the preview for next week, and editing did I don't know the way you look at it. They did a great job or bad job, depends on whose perception it is. She talking about she don't want anybody with snaggle teeth, and they show my man Chris teeth, right? I'm sitting here like, yo, great job with editing from the production side. The production side of that, look, great side with production, but like, man, you put that man out there like he has no, like his teeth are bad, and they show a clip of her.
I mean, they're not the worst.
But they show a clip of her and him after the wedding, sitting down having. She's like, I can't take this. I'm gone, and she walks off. So it may not work out.
Well, I mean, it's you know,
and
they do
editing.
that to pique your curiosity for what the actual issue might be, what it is that she's talking about. We'll see, but her thing is that, you know, she says, I think the person I'm supposed to be with will come from this experience, and you know, she hopes he's like OMG when he sees her, but
if she hopes the person that she be with comes from this experience, and if she does, why don't you give it a chance?
I hope she will. I don't know though.
I hope she does. I hope she gives it a chance. But again, Alyssa is
a piece of work.
A piece of work. You guys gave Miller a hard time, so I just need everybody to be the same. Just go across the board. Because to me, she seems a little bit worse than Miller, in my opinion. This is just my opinion, my thoughts. Wait, I don't know. I just don't like the fact, again, we only got 2 weddings. 3 people married already. In 2 weeks and 5 hours.
They better both get married.
5-hour shows, and we got 2 people married.
They better both get married next.
Now, I'll tell you what.
And give me some reception.
No, you're gonna get reception. You're gonna get them going up to the hotel room, and they're gonna cut it right in there.
Oh well.
Anyway, but we're still gonna bring you a review next week anyway, so it doesn't make a difference. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm still gonna watch. I don't know why I'm complaining. I'm still gonna watch. Anyway, man, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that bell notification so you don't miss any of our reviews. Man, good show. You know, too bad I'm not 6 feet, 6'4", but I love you anyway.
Thank y'all. Have a good one. Bye.
Bye.
He's a mess.